Chapter 2, Survival of the Fittest and What's in It for You. Performance Profile, Dale Earnhardt. The title of this profile is The Intimidator. Dale Earnhardt, the most feared and respected competitor ever to drive on the NASCAR circuit. His keys to success? Relentless, fearless, total domination attitude. How did he back it up? 7-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion. 4-time winner, International Race of Champions. SB Driver of the Decade. 7-time winner, Goody's 300 Busch Series. 5-time NMPA Driver of the Year. What's the lesson? Incredible performance comes from accepting no excuses for not winning. Your competitor is just someone who's in your way while you're in the process of winning. What's in it for you? Maybe you're thinking, who cares about change or being the fittest? You're just happy being in the game. You're making decent bucks. You don't need to kill yourself, so why should you? Hey, it's a valid point. Nobody does anything unless it's in their best interests, and you shouldn't be any different. It's how every one of us is wired. Bottom line, if we're going to act on something, there better be a payoff for us. Okay, let's look at the payoff for you. Are you making all the money you want? Could you use a little more? Are your benefits as good as they could be? Want them to be better? Are your conditions on the job ideal? Would you like a shorter commute? Are you getting satisfaction from your work or just putting in your hours? Are you really proud of who you are and what you do? Do you get all the hours you want every year? And if you're an apprentice, are you worried about your future work prospects? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then keep reading. 90% of the pie, what's in it for you? Now, we've got different percentages of the market in different places. And the reality in New York or Chicago is not the same as it is in Dallas or Phoenix. But when you average it out, we still only have around 13% of the work nationwide. Now let's wish a little. What would be different for you if we had 90% of the pie? What would it be like if we had 90% of the market and the non-union workers had to get by on the other 10%? Who would benefit? Let's start with you. What would be in it for you at 90% market share? Higher wages, better health and welfare, full employment, more political influence, better pension benefits, better working conditions, more bargaining power, more money for training, lower dues per month per member, but more union dues overall, more community support, less commute travel to job sites, more even playing field for your contractors, stable profits, control of the marketplace, and finally, more respect. You see why it's worth working on? We can have all these things if we work together to grow the pie. At less than 15% of the market, there's nothing left to give away. Every day, on every job site, we're either growing the pie or watching it shrink even more. And the pie grows or shrinks based on our skills, our attitudes, and our behaviors. And by the way, there's one more thing you should know about the fight for survival. There's no tie game. We either win or lose. Let's win. What else is in it for you? 10 new pickups, or a cabin, or an RV, a boat, and 4 ATVs? In the construction industry, you're kind of in business for yourself. It might not seem that way, but it's true. Even if most people in the craft get paid the same hourly wages, you can bet that not everybody takes home the same amount at the end of the year. Over 15 to 20 years, the way you will work will determine your jobs, hours, and earnings. Is it a big deal? You bet it is. If you're really aiming to be the best craftsman at your hall, it'll come back to you in ways you might not have ever thought about. Now let's just say because you have a great attitude and top skills, you end up getting a couple extra 100 hours per year compared to the average guy over your whole career. Now with a total hourly package of say $50 wages and fringes, it adds up fast. If you figure 200 extra hours per year times $50 per hour times 30 years, that's a lot of extra cash right in your pocket. As an example, it's about $300,000 in extra earnings. $300,000. So in case you were wondering what the difference is between a top hand and an average one, it's about $300,000. That's 10 new custom pickups, or a nice vacation cabin, or a custom RV, hot bass boat, and 4 ATVs. That's what's in it for you.